First and foremost, of course, we give all praise to the Most High. Of course, it's your brother, Alizar Bono, aka the GRLA Hebrew. Of course, I got my co-host Asad. And we got a special guest this week, our beloved brother, Monolog, as he's known. So, we want to kind of talk about, just talk about you and talk about your journey, talk about your life. I guess, we kind of can start, we start at the beginning, man. Start at your upbringing, you know what I'm saying? We can start there because I think that's, it's all a part of the story, you know what I'm saying? It's all a part of the story. So, where did you, number one, where you from?
Alright, I already know. West Side Atlanta, Six Flag Drive, out of town. Oh man, but I'm from Atlanta, man, and man, just to keep it kind of concise, you know what I'm saying? I grew up, man. I mean, not having the best, not having woo, but I came up in a two-parent home, you know what I'm saying? And I think around like 11 years old. Now, I was 11 years old. My folks got into the church. Okay. My dad was a Jehovah's Witness growing up. Okay. My mama, she grew up in the church, but she had kind of got things straight away. So like about 11 years old, I started going to church. And that's all I know, since then. I mean, of course I did my thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm from Atlanta, so like when I say like I was gangbanging, like it wasn't like Chicago, California, West Coast gangbang, but getting GD, folks, by the time I was in high school, man, selling drugs, like I was literally one of the top guy at my school. By the time I was like 17, my mama had to walk outside her home and see her son laying outside on the sidewalk in the pool full of blood over some dope money, And I think at that time, that was kind of like, you know what? Let's see what these chicks talking about.
This might not be it.
This might not be it, bro. I ain't trying to die. But like I said, I grew up with a good, strong upbringing, and I just decided to go out here and do some craziness.
Yeah, which a lot of people do. They ain't unheard of. A lot of people think, some people think, in certain instances, people are like, man, I really ain't had no other options. Some people, it's like, I probably had other options, but I just went this way.
Yeah, I just went this way. Yeah, I'm not going to be the one to say, like, bro, I helped my folks keep the lights on.
Yeah, nah, this is about me.
I was helping get my folks out the hood. Like, nah, bro, that wasn't it. I just went that way, man. Artist, man, I had art scholarships being offered to me, man, and I just decided to be out here thugging. And then one day my parents was like, nigga, what you gonna do? And I was just like, I'm going to the military. I don't know where that came from. It just jumped out my body. Like, I didn't pre-think it. But I knew my folks, and they wasn't just going to let me sit around the house, you know what I'm saying, being a little bum. They didn't grow up that way. Nigga, what you going to do? I'm going to the military. And I did it, man. And
what age you enlisted in the military?
As soon as I graduated high school, bro.
Right to the office.
I had already did all my advance and woo, but it was like they wanted me to get gone soon after I graduated, so I wouldn't get in any more trouble.
Yeah.
Because I was acting crazy.
Of course.
So man, got into the military, started doing my thing. Actually, you think most folks think the military gonna straighten you out.
Yeah,
bro, it got worse once I got in the military.
And the cold thing, military damn near like jail the way it is, because you got niggas from everywhere. That's getting together.
I'm trying to tell people that. So now you ain't just dealing with hooding from Atlanta and lame dudes from Atlanta. You doing with hooding from California, hooding from North Carolina, from Texas, hooding from Chicago, all these places, but lame dudes from all those places too, and they just fake in the phone.
Then white people and all races in his.
In the military, once I got to boot camp, I literally met white people who had never ever seen a black person in real life. Never, just like on TV. And I was astonished, like, what? But Yeah, man. So, like, man, after boot camp, bro, I started getting in real trouble. Like, it was days was thinking, like, bro, we got the guns and the tools on us. Like, bro, I'm either going to die tonight or I'm going to have to kill somebody tonight. And, man, you know, after this for a while, and I felt like the Lord was calling me, like, oh, man, I got to stop this. I grew up in church. I was like, man, I'll be the dude. We about to go out to the club. I'll be with my homies. We drinking, smoking, and I'd be like, man, we got to quit this, bro. We got to get saved. With the whoop, man. And so, but, man, yo, bro, I got into the church, like, heavy, like, at 21 years old. And from 21 on, I was a rapper, a secular rapper before then.
Okay.
Actually,
Is that when you got the name Monolog?
Monolog. My homeboy was trying to name me Shakespeare. I came up with Monolog and was out here doing my thing, bro. Opening up at clubs and this and that. I'm in the military at this time. Rough Riders actually tried to sign me.
Okay.
And folks was like, everybody kept telling me, bro, you too good to be in the military, bro. So it had got to the point where they talking about buying my contract out so I can, you know, go. Because if you make a certain kind of money, you can't stay in the military.
Okay.
No, you have to buy your contract out.
Wow.
Yeah, they won't let you stay in the military if you're making a certain kind of money.
That I never knew that. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, they make you buy your contract out. But during that time is when I was really going through because I'm feeling what I'm thinking is the tug of the Lord on me. The convictions hitting me heavy. I got this opportunity, but I just couldn't do it. I knew the Lord was calling me for a higher, man. And after that, bro, I got into the church super heavy. Started doing the gospel rap, and we ended up being one of the biggest groups, you know what I'm saying, out here. Mm-hmm. And
let's talk about that. I'm talking about your gospel rap career.
Yeah, man. It's crazy, man. Gideon's Army, bro. We was once part of a church group in Virginia. We all met in Virginia when we was all in the military.
Okay.
Once we got, you know, the church was like putting us out there, but they wasn't really letting us leave the church.
Yeah.
So we got to perform with a whole bunch of folks, but at the end of the day, I was like, man, I gotta take this to the masses. Mm-hmm. I ended up moving back to Atlanta. I'm a partner. We came back to the A, bro. It was about like 2010. After that, bro, we took off. We was like the first gospel rappers that. We performed at Birthday Bash. All the clubs in Atlanta we was performing at. 107.9 was spinning us. DJ Red Dread, Dirty Boy. We going to all the events, winning every goddamn event in the A. And they was just like tripping, like, bro, these is gospel rappers.
We never seen gospel. Since Kurt Franklin did Stump, nigga, ain't gospel ain't hit like this.
We showing up with like 50 people at the club. But we only getting, everybody else getting bottles, we getting containers full of water because at that time we thought drinking was in.
Yeah.
You know, things like that, man. And, you know, the church really wasn't messing with us like talking about. I mean, it was during that time where they were still trying to figure out is gospel rap okay? Mm-hmm. Or it's just secular.
Yeah, exactly.
But we kept pushing, man, and then we ended up blowing. But it's kind of like every journey that I took in life, it was like I just kept getting rocked, bro. Rock. My belief system kept changing every step of the way. First got hit with that, you know, doing my Christian stuff, and then everybody start getting on that, like, what do you call it, like, prosperity gospel, stuff like that.
When that became popular and prevalent.
And to me, I was just like, bro, this ain't it, bro. And this was against the grain of what most black folks in church was taught, because they was on some, like, prosperity. We supposed to be rich. Hey, man, the dope boy out here who doing everything against God, he got the mansion, he got the Lambo. The man to God, the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. He's supposed to have bigger than a dope boy.
Yeah, gun.
And niggas start thinking like that. And I was just like, it can't be right.
It don't sound right.
This ain't it. I didn't know why, but I just knew it wasn't.
The spirit, it just wasn't it. Wasn't resonating.
Just in the back of your mind this whole time, you just, man, there's something ain't right about it, but you're just going along with it anyways.
Bro, even if you go, I've been doing this on my own, and I start going back to listen to songs, and even with my group, like I'm listening to what they said in the verse, and my verse would just come off totally different. Like I'm talking about living right, and don't know nothing about the truth. You know what I'm saying? But I knew like, no, this ain't it. So y'all over here talking about rims and this and that, or nigga, we did this and that, and I'm over there talking about, nigga, let's be holy, set apart. Like,
exactly.
We gotta live a certain way, you know. Woo. Hey man, I'm talking about putting my riches up in heaven, not the natural stuff that y'all talking about.
Exactly.
I wasn't, and it was just something in me. And I think, I know the Most High just set me up, because even as coming closer to the truth, before I ever heard anything about the truth, I'd say probably like 3-4 years ago, my kids, every morning, 7 and I'm assistant pastor, preacher, minister for like a good 7 years doing this time. But I'd say about 4 years ago, like, got kids in school every morning before they leave for school. We have prayer in the morning. And just one day it hit me and was like, hey man, we praying wrong. Hey man, we not supposed to be saying, hey Jesus, if you can do this or do that. I was like, no bro, we supposed to be praying to the Father in Jesus' name.
That's right.
I'm in the church full-fledged at this time. I don't even know what a Hebrew Israelite is. I ain't never heard about this, nothing. Nobody told me this. It was just, I start feeling, bro, this is wrong.
Yeah.
And I talked it to my family. And so just different things like that, even prosper, or just different things about the scriptures. I was like, you know what? This ain't what that mean, or this ain't what it say. And I started questioning a lot of things. But still, nothing about the truth, none of that. I was just a Christian that had some questions. And man, then the truth got presented to me about 2 years ago. And I fought it with every Paul scripture I could find. Almost fist fights. You know what I'm saying, with my brother-in-law, man. And man, from there on out, it's been, once I was unlike everybody else. I fought it now. I fought. Like I said, I quoted every book of Paul. I'm a professional at this time. I've been taking white Jesus to the masses, bro. I've been to Africa, like on 10-day tours. You know, I've been to probably dang near half of all the prisons in the country, spreading the gospel, bro. Like California, man, Denver, man, the amount of prisons they have over there is crazy. But I ain't gonna lie, if somebody gonna get locked up, you should get locked up over there. At least they got conjugal visits. You can get a pet. I was hearing some of the laws there. I was like, bro,
conjugal?
Bro, like as long as you're not on death row, as long as you're not on death row, and you have to be married. But you can just put it on the books as often as you want to, and your wife can come.
Larry Hoover got a son that was
created while he was in jail.
In Denver, not Denver, in Colorado.
But he's in the feds in the max in Colorado.
But in California, it's like that, bro.
Yeah, I think they did away with conjugals in California within the last couple years, though. I think they finally did away with it. But for the longest, you could get the family visit. You know what I'm saying? They'll come, and even certain like family coming for like the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like for the kids come for the weekend.
They had cells like in the yard that was set up like kind of hotels, but it was still like prison. But your
wife can come get locked up with you for a couple days.
And Yeah, man. But once I heard the truth, like I said, I battled it. I looked it up.
Do you remember the moment it got brought, like the first conversation you had with your brother-in-law?
I would. The first convo, yeah.
I mean, like the first debate that y'all had about it.
I want to say, because he didn't start off coming to me like he was a Hebrew Israelite. Mm-hmm. He started coming to
me like a Christian with questions.
He was coming to me about keeping his law.
Okay.
And I was kind of like, Kendall, bro, you triggering, bro. You think we about to bet they ain't saved by keeping the law, bro? It's faith alone, bro. Christ alone. like, cause during this time I had grew into believing a more Calvinistic viewpoints. Yeah. Like when I first was started the gospel rap, like the Calvinists, no, we wasn't rocking with none of that. But then as I start diving into what they was going, cause like the Lecrae's at that time, all the gatekeepers of gospel hip hop was Calvinists. Okay. John Calvin, Piper, these are the names. The churches that they attend. Okay. We was never invited to these places. They associated us more with like the Creflos and the Jakes. Okay. And whoop. Like, oh, okay. Y'all got rims on your vehicle. That's that.
Yeah. That's over there.
No, we're over here. It's bump these natural things. It's the tulip. The five points of Calvinism. But once I started getting into it, it was more about like some. Oh man, this sounds more like
biblically sound.
Exactly. And but this is more like a white person style.
Exactly.
It was more like a white person style.
Yeah, we wasn't off
black folk. We shouting, speaking in tongues. Going out the Golden Corral after
It
was it. Yeah, man. But he was bringing me up some points about keeping the law, and I just like, no, partner, that ain't it. Now I did believe that we had to live a certain way.
Okay.
Like you can't just be out here, goddamn, doing this, and that. But it wasn't according to the law. It was the sins or laws that we made prevalent in our own minds.
In our own minds, exactly.
Fornication,
drinking. We didn't create drinking.
You shouldn't be saying 4-letter words. Like, we had in our mind what a Christian's supposed to look like.
Exactly. It wasn't necessarily totally based off of scriptures, but there was a concept though.
Hey man, Joel Osteen. This is what a Christian should look like. And this is, we say now, and we talk about it all the time, bro. If Joel Osteen is is the picture that folks paint in church for Christ. Joel Osteen is the perfect image of Christ as far as the Christian church. Mm-hmm. Just loves everybody, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, just soft, like soft answer turns away wrath. Like, you can find these scriptures to back it up, you know what I'm saying? And this is what we was taught. But what we realizing now, like, bro, if this is what Christ is like, nobody would want to kill that man.
Ever.
No, nobody wants to kill Joel Osteen. It's just love. Yeah. He don't say nothing crazy. Hey, whoop, man. So, but yeah, like I battled him at first, man. I like literally me and my brother-in-law killing, bro. We almost had fist fights. Like my wife would come out to the garage and be like, "Bro, y'all okay? Y'all straight?" Because it was turned, bro. We was going at it, and then I'll never forget, it was one day where it really got there, where it was like, bro, if we'd have talked for 2 minutes longer, like, my homie who been my homie all my life, we might not be homies no more, because one of us gonna hit the other one. And he left my crib, we left on bad terms, bro. And I went downstairs, man, I'm about to take a shower. Man, I go and turn my shower on, bro. And literally, bro, I heard in my head, clear as day. And we wasn't even talking about this. I want to say we was really dealing with some law stuff. You know, he might have brought up the whole Christ thing, woo-de-woo. But I heard in my head, like, clear as day, bro. It was like, if they say Christ ain't got a father, then they can make him whatever color they want him to be. Bro, it was like at that moment, literally, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. In my most vulnerable state, bro, I'm butt naked about to hop in the shower. I'm butt naked about to hop in the shower, bro. And I hear that, and I hear this in my, like, it seemed like it was auditory, like in my bathroom. Like, bro, if they tell you Christ ain't got a father, they can make him whatever color they want him to be. And I know other people, like, it clicks for some people in different ways. For me, that was it, bro. It was just like, it was like an aha moment. And it just clicked, and I was just like, oh, shit. I text brother-in-law on the spot. Like I want to say before I got in the shower, I text him like, hey, bro, I owe you an apology. Straight up and down. And then I hop in the shower. I think he might have called me, you know, a few minutes later, whoop. And from there, it was up for me from there, bro. Like I didn't question again. Like it was just like I saw it, I got it. I want to say I came to camp like a week later. You wasn't there. Actually, I think I came to camp for the first time before Brother-in-law did. No, maybe y'all camp, but I think he went to Sons of Thunder camp.
Okay, first. Yeah, okay.
But I came to camp. You weren't there, but they was having a unity camp. Hassad was there. Hassad was the main one teaching. They was having a unity camp by one of the MARTA stations downtown.
Oh, HOI, yeah, 5 points.
Yeah, and I was there with my wife.
That's when the sis was.
That's the Christian sister.
Yeah,
the
that's
Christian
a viral video.
sister was there.
That's a viral video.
And I think at that time, like, I didn't have fringes on yet, and like a few brothers like coming to try to share some knowledge with me, and I'm like, bro, I believe it already. And it's like, well, where your fringes at? And I think from that day, I was like, oh, shut up, bro.
I gotta get that,
I'm not walking out of here no more, bro, without these fringes. And man, after that, bro, when he got fringes, and it was a wrap from there. God, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So now, boom, you come into the truth. You acknowledge it, etc. And then, of course, you got a talent from the Most High dealing with the music. You know, you was doing it for what you thought was the right, and now you come to the truth. So naturally, you're like, all right, well, we're gonna do it. We're gonna get into the music on this side now. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's talk about some of the first records you did. You know, now as a Hebrew Israelite.
Thanks. So I would say that, man, real talk, because I mean I'm getting up there a little bit in age.
Yes, sir.
And I done did all the tours and being gone from the crib for like extended periods of time. I done got the awards. I had a few Billboard charting albums, like, and I'm thinking I'm on my way out the game. So, but it coming to the truth, and like my whole mindset was, bro, we gotta tell everybody. we gotta tell everybody about this, bro.
That's everybody wants to tell everybody.
We gotta tell everybody about this.
Because everybody should be as excited as you are about this information. We've been lied to, goddammit. This is what's going on.
I've been in church all this goddamn time, bro. I know other homies like, bro, they in church. Bro, if y'all just knew this. And so my mindset was to tell everybody, but I wasn't thinking about the music tip. You know what I'm saying? And in my mind, I was retired. Man, I still hit a feature or something, you know what I'm saying? But I thought it
wasn't no full time doing it. Wasn't no next album in the works, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? But I was like, dang, bro. People kept asking about Monolog, bro, when the next project? I was like, dang, I done made my stamp in the game. But then I was also like, bro, you done went hard. Spreading white Jesus everywhere. Like different continents, different countries, bro. You done took white Jesus everywhere, bro. You owe it to him. to go and take this truth out here, man. And man, just coming to hang around camp, man, meeting you brothers, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Meeting the SICARRI camp, bro, was like, man, it's a huge blessing in my life, bro. Because it was like, brother-in-law, like he was watching a whole bunch of different camps. First of all, to try to disprove this stuff when he first got on. But
we got to bring him up here. I got to talk to him.
He got to come. But after that, man, he was like just really learning from a lot of folks. But man, once it got to you guys, it was kind of like I tried to watch some other folks, but like even though I do my business thing and I can put on my get them business voice and I can flip that way, but like, man, I'm a hood nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, so it was a certain teaching style that was just like, man, once I got start messing with y'all, I was like, oh shoot, I can rock with them. Like this is they speaking my language. You know what I'm saying? I can understand this. You know, no diss to anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own niche.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But it was like, for me, it was like, oh yeah, like some brothers on the block making it plain, understanding what the like that was cool for me. Be fresh because I hear that. You go to other people, they might all have a uniform. Come around y'all, they be like friends up, Zeeks, you know what I'm saying, Jade, clean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, that was a blessing for me, bro. And so once I just start looking into it, it was just like, man, this is it. And then coming to camp, I met Conowar. Like, I wasn't coming looking for no connections.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I'm coming to. I literally have watched y'all videos. Probably, I went back year from the start. Probably within 2 months, bro. I have watched every video y'all had ever put out.
That's right.
You know, and it was just like, bro. So I'm coming out there to camp, just seeing how it goes, just learning, taking notes, taking pictures of the signs at first, and whoop. And now, you know, I know all this stuff now, but start meeting folks and then realizing, like Conowar, I met him and he knew. I forgot how the conversation happened. I think Brother Love brought it up, but it was a church that I used to go perform at in Paulding County all the time. Big pastor. Somehow we got on that. He was like, yeah, he knew that person. Woo. And then he was saying he was a producer. I had been in this game for, I mean, I don't think I'm better than nobody
of course,
else, bro.
But you've been around.
But like I've been around it, I done did my thing, and so you'll hear folks like, oh yeah, bro, I do music. Oh yeah. I bet you do. You know, and he was saying he do music, and he probably thinking the same thing about me. After I found out his resume later down the line, I was thinking about him like, sure you make beats.
Sure you got Fruity Loops on your computer at home. You know?
And he was trying to look at me, sure you're a rapper. Sure you got it. Rapper. Bro, I hooked up with bro one time, bro, went to his crib, bro, this man start playing some beats and start running down his resume. I was like, what? Play the track. And then I start getting doing songs, and I don't know if he had the same aha moment, but as he could just be flogging, but no, but at the end of the day, he was like pretty much said like he had the same moment, like, yeah, bro, everybody. everybody say they do this, but I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? I haven't really met somebody who was on the level that I was on.
Yeah.
And man, we linked up, bro. I feel it was a blessing to for both of us. At least that's what he tell me.
Sound good.
No, but it was a blessing for me, man. And so then I found Zim Yard. I seen him at the camera. Me and DeBach had already been talking, you know what I'm saying? And so he telling about music. He telling me who all in the camp. And I'm like, y'all took him to a musical round tour? Oh, shucks. Let's get it going then.
Good.
Then get a hold of Deacon, see he doing his thing, and then now Chief just popping up out there, goddamn dropping that stuff on him. So yeah, man, it was just something that the Most High had blessed me with, man, and I thought, kind of thought that part was over, but then when I saw it, like, oh, bro, it's still a need.
Man, I watched this movie last night, and dude on the movie said his grandma used to tell him, a man plans, God laughs.
We heard that I like it, bro.
He laughing like,
nah. Make God laugh, make a plan.
Make a plan, because he got something big. Like, you just knew it. Like, I'm about done with them. I hung up the mic. You know what I'm saying? You had to go blow the dust off that bad boy. You know what I'm saying?
And then for me, it's kind of like also where, like I said, I am up in age a little bit. But because of what I got to experience already, like, I don't know what the Most High choose to do. Hey, he might want me to drop an album and make that big go platinum. He could.
He could, yeah.
But he could just make me, I could just be an example of excellence to some of our brothers. Like, some of our brothers might didn't know that, oh, shucks, bro, we can do videos that look like this. Yeah. Oh, we can push an album like this. Yeah. We can put money behind it like this. Yes, so I done did all those things. And if nothing else, if I can hand that baton off,
give you the game,
to some of our other brothers, and let them go, because guess what, man? What I would say, man, I think this Israelite is probably one of the biggest growing communities in right now.
Yeah, right now, hands down.
It's a wrap, bro.
That
jump is growing, bro.
And what's crazy is I've heard the apologists say this. Once they seen celebrities and athletes getting into it, they said, y'all gotta understand this is gonna be around now, because people with money is a part of it. So they'll be able to fund it. It's gonna make it grow even further. You see what I'm saying? So they already knew. Once they seen athletes and when they seen celebrity, they said, oh yeah, this shit ain't going nowhere.
I have not seen Christians or people in Christianity speak on any other group. Probably Muslim is probably the...
Yeah, exactly, because it's the fastest growing globally, they say.
But they've been off talking about the Muslims.
Yeah, like, exactly.
That happened back then. Yeah. They was talking on it heavy, but now, like, they ain't even been worried about that no more. But when I see them, like, they are shaking their boots. I'm still a part of, like, Christian rap groups, like, on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
From back when we was out here getting it. Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. When I see the amount of posts, I'm talking about weekly, bro. But every week, this is no exaggeration, every week, they're posting, and I saw this last week, they're posting, like, bro, but it's BHI, and it's just Black Hebrew Israelite. The BHI movement, hey man, should we be worried? Like, the BHI movement is running rapid through Christianity. Like, our Christian rappers are the BHI movement, and I'm like, bro, these is shook. They not talking about nobody else. They're shook.
Yeah. What's your interaction? Because I remember there was a, I think it was like kind of a little mini debate you had with
what's the dude's name? It was somebody had a show.
We had the panel that you had showed me,
Yeah,
right?
it was some dude. I think he's from Atlanta. You know him, and he was talking about the law, and y'all kind of was exchanging scriptures back and forth. What's your interaction? Because I know you mentioned that as soon as you came in, like everybody, we want to tell our family, tell our friends. What's your interaction been like when you came into the truth, and with the people that you know you were in the church with?
Oh man, so honestly, bro, real talk, it just depends on which group of people we talking about.
Gotcha.
Like there's
some
two
of the good and the
groups,
bad.
right.
Give me the good and the bad.
So like, there's people in the church who just was like, God dang it, Monolog done lost his way. Like he done lost his way, folks. Like I'm teaching something totally different than what they teaching. Jesus loved everybody. He came for everybody. And honestly, just to be honest, bro, most of the ministry stuff that I did was with white churches, bro. Like, they the ones that looked like they was doing it the closest to biblical stuff.
Mm-hmm. Less tradition.
I have not been a part of a black church where we was going out feeding the homeless, where we was going to the prisons, where we was taking care of the orphans and the widows, or like,
wow.
Once I got with white churches,
they was on that.
They was on that, bro, and they got me into the black churches. Taught you, nigga, hey, prosperity gospel. Go out here and get this money. Turn up. You supposed to be the best. The wealth of the wicked. Like all these churches. I got around these white folks, and they was like, bro, I don't care how good you rap. If you're not here to serve, you won't grace this stage.
Wow.
And got around that, man, and start goddamn going out to the parks, bro. We going out to Atlanta, bro, and we not only taking clothes to the homeless and socks and this and that, bro. We'll take footballs and jump ropes and stuff like that. Have the families with us, and we're interacting with these folks, making them feel like him. In my mind, it was like, it don't get no better than this. Mm-hmm. This is what we're supposed to be doing. And now these people hearing what I'm saying, they're like, God dang it! Have we not been good to you?
How did we lose him?
How did we lose you? And but then there's some. I'm not gonna lie, especially a lot of the rappers though, like a lot of the Christian rappers, bro. Man, they are talking to me on some. Like right now, I would say I'm the Hebrew Israelite. Let's send this to Monolog and see what he thinks about it. Like I'm that guy right now for like Christian rappers. Okay. So I got folks hit me up, they send me a video. Hey, bro, you see what Buddy said? So now we got another famous gospel rapper who's coming out, and I been knew he was on. We ain't talked or nothing like that, but I can see what he was posting.
You read through the lines.
You on some? you on this true stuff? But a lot of them ain't ready to goddamn beat their chest and goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Kwame Yasharala and Death to America.
They ain't ready for that.
They ain't doing that, but they posting scriptures. If you post Revelation 2 and 9, I know where you at, bro. If you post the scriptures out there apocrypha, like okay, I know you ain't on the white man. Jesus,
I know that for sure.
But they ain't came out. But like probably a couple weeks ago, when he was just like, he dropped a video on Instagram like, I'm an Israelite, I'm a Hebrew, I think is what it's called, and he was discussing this stuff. Man, I probably had like 3 gospel rappers send me that video that day, or they tagged me on the Instagram, and some people sent it to me. But like I become that guy where they like, everybody send me, hey, what you think about this? What you think about that? And they are calling me, and I'm talking to dudes for hours, and they know something up. They know that they're battling. I can't think of the best precept for this, but they're to the point where they know that, bro, we were taught with some bull, And this sounds like the truth, but I'm battling. It's easier to stay
here. It's
here.
Always easier.
It's easier to stay here. It's harder to come here. So, like I said, I have those people. I have brothers who hit me up and they talking, or they believe they ain't put no fringes on yet, or this or that, but they're like, yeah, bro, this is the truth. Heck yeah, bro, I've been through this. Yeah, bro, yeah, you're right. And I'm just looking at when it came to me, and I mean, we always have to learn patience and grace.
Yeah, all that.
Because it came to me, and it's like,
and you got to learn it again. Even you had it in the church, when you come to the truth, you got to learn it again.
But what I'm saying, once I understood this was the truth, I'm like, give me my flag so I can play it. Bam. And I'm expecting everybody else to do the same.
Yeah, but they're not going to.
But they like
it's cold because I got a homeboy. Man, when I first came in the truth, I'm the same thing. I'm banging on everybody with this thing. You know, he's heavy in the church, and he just wasn't hearing what I was talking about. 6, 7, 8 years later, coming to the truth. You see what I'm saying?
Crazy.
So it's like, you know, them 6, 7, 8 years in that between time, in my mind, I done wrote his ass off. You know what I'm saying? But then that showed me I can't. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't ready. He told me, he's like, bro, I didn't understand. Like, he's like, I thought you was like becoming a Muslim, so I didn't know what you was doing. You know what I'm saying? So I really wasn't going for that.
Yeah.
But now I understand. You know what I'm saying? So he had to go through his own journey. So everybody gonna come in at their own time, like I say, let every man be fully persuaded in their own mind. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but sometimes you just look at everybody like, nigga, you supposed to came in like I came in. You know what I'm saying?
It's a hard, bro. It's a hard struggle. It's a hard grind. But at the same time, I praise the Most High for it. Even before the truth, there always been a stand-up dude. And if nothing else, one thing that might make that some people are listening to me even more about is just because only thing they can say is, man, Monolog, nigga, you always been solid, bro. You always been 100. You been a solid nigga from the jump. From everybody in Chris, from people who shoot my videos, from producers, artists that I work with. Only thing they can say is, that Monolog, bro. That's a solid nigga. So now
it's that scripture about the good name, a good name.
That's
better than
Rubens, man. So like they're listening to me, and even they call to ask like, what I think. Like one of the brothers, man, who was shooting the videos, man, me and him talk about this truth. And when he came and did the Corners video, he was very uncomfortable.
What?
He was very uncomfortable.
Okay.
Because when he did the teaching
part,
oh, he was very uncomfortable because white people walking on,
and he's filming this.
And folks are saying, he saw the goddamn devil in the whole space, son. He was like very uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, he still is listening to me.
Exactly.
He still hit me up asking questions. Then I meet one of his homeboys. I was in a wedding a couple months ago, and meet a dude at this wedding. It's an hour away. Like I would never think these two people know each other. We get to talking. They end up going to the same church. I'm talking to one of his homies, and his homies is believing dang near everything I'm believing. Believing this whole Israelite stuff.
That's crazy.
And now they church is shut down. He was saying, my church is shut down.
What I'm gonna do?
It's like, bro, I'm seeing so many folks that's just like, man, it can't be a coincidence how the Most High pulled this off, bro.
Yeah, it's never. He's planning all this out so masterfully. That's all we can say. Just praise him because he's just so genius the way he just put it all together. You know what I'm saying?
The churches is closed now, and Hebrew Israelite doctrine is going out like crazy right now. I just found out. Now I've been questioning these brothers for a minute because I grew up listening to them, and I listening to their music, loving their music, some of my favorite artists, but didn't know what they was talking about. But since coming into the truth, going back listening to their old albums, I'm like, bro, these niggas been telling us this the whole time. And that's Goody Mob.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But then I find out, I only found this out today. Like, I've been questioning, I was like, because I'm listening to their old stuff and like, bro, these niggas saying the same thing that we out here teaching.
Yeah, Goody Mob is way ahead of it. Like when you, that CeeLo do the freestyle on Sway, and it's like, that's from like what, 99?
I think it's before then.
You know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute, what? And I remember even being young, watching, Goody Mob had a song on the Box Urban, like in the late 90s, that I always stuck out to me about, you know what I'm saying, with especially with CeeLo, you see what I'm saying, all the way back then. So it's crazy to think they would, you know what I'm saying, all the way back then.
But then there's a crazy part. I found out today that Cujo, a dude who used to be part of one of the biggest gospel hip hop website, Rapzilla, he's a part of them. He was rocking with me back then when I was part of GIDEONZ Army. He was goddamn making sure everything we put out, videos, all of our content went up on the website.
Okay.
But now, me and him have discussed his truth.
Okay.
And anytime he hear anything about the truth, and he posting it on, he tagging me in it. But he tagged me today. I had posted last week about like a Big Gip video that I watched. I was like, bro, Big Gip stay dropping these jewels. He's like, facts. But then he tagged me today and he was like, bro, you know Cujo an Israelite? And he was like, bro, I was just seeing him online, bro, teaching his truth. And I was like, bro, send me a video. I was like, I always questioned whether this brother was on it. Cujo is teaching in Decatur, bro, at a camp.
Wow.
Right here in Decatur, bro. Cujo from Goody Mob.
That's crazy.
I'm watching it today, bro. And I'm like, bro, why don't we know about this? Like, I'm talking about head rock, bro. Like, all the stuff we do. Fringes, like, talking his truth. Right here in Decatur.
That's powerful. Here we ain't know.
we don't know about this. So now I'm thinking like, well, if Cujo Goody is doing this, then surely these conversations have taken place with the rest of all of them.
That's a fact.
So then when we hearing these verses from a CeeLo or from a Gip or this and this, they're probably all somewhat in the same vein of each other.
Exactly. Or at least had that much influence, you know what I'm saying? You know, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know? But Cujo Goody, bro.
Yeah,
teaching the truth, bro.
On the streets. That's beautiful. All praises.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I want to talk about, before we get out of here, I want to talk about just the videos. The first one was the one you and Conor did, right?
Chosen Ones.
We got that one. We got the one with the runaway slave, Rakab, right? And then, of course, we got Corners. We got one that ain't out yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much you want to dive off into that, you know what I'm saying, before it come out. But, you know, just going into this and going back to the point you said of setting that bar of excellence in this truth, you know what I'm saying, for us to be able to, you know, present ourselves in the right way, you know what I'm saying, in a way that's professional and in a way that is, you know, serious and at a high level, that people can't argue with, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
You know, it's a beautiful thing, but go ahead.
Yeah, I would say, I learned some things, bro, in the church. 100.
That's a fact.
100.
Yeah, and you were supposed to. You know what I'm saying? You weren't supposed to just leave out there with nothing.
Now, I definitely learned that some of the scriptural things that had been taught, well, not even scriptural things, some of the so-called biblical teachings that we receive were not biblical at all. But as far as the principles, man, I've learned a lot in the church, and then I used that even when we was doing gospel hip-hop. Like, if we were competing against secular artists, if this song or this music video is going to encourage our women to be hoes, if this video going to encourage our brothers to go out here and murder one another, to get things, sell drugs to one another, but if it got that polish on it, bro, like if it's shined up very well, look good, you know, it's going to draw people in. And if I'm going to compete against that, if I'm going to come with a different message I need to have that same polish
yeah.
on it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what we did as a group when it was in Christian hip hop. And this is why we got to stand on the stages with some of these other folks. I didn't have the budget these folks had
At all.
but there's a way to get it done. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
So like, I learned that doing this, and so then, like I said, just coming into the truth, it was kind of like, oh shit. Like I looked at some of our brothers. I listened to some of the music, and some of these bros is dope, man. Deacon, you know, shout out to Deacon, man. God dang. Derek Edbar.
Oh, the Rockabar, yeah.
The Rockabar, man. I love his music. Courtney Bell, I was rocking with him for a minute, you know, was this questionable right now. But like it's some dope music that I hear out in Israel. And when I'm listening to it was like, bro. But then when I look them up, if I go to that Google search,
It ain't coming back right. Yeah.
bro, if you go Google my old group right now in Christian hip hop, if you go Google us, bro, you can't get 4 letters in, bro. You gonna have 16 pages, videos, websites, iTunes charts.
And people don't understand the importance of that. Just knowing what I was, I went to school for, and even before I went to school for it, understanding how to use the internet, you know what I'm saying, for marketing. When I used to, be involved in that, I make sure that you, like you said, 16, 17, 18, 20, you're going to get 20 pages on Google and shit.
100.
Because people don't understand blog syndication, how that works. You see what I'm saying? But this all is helping you because this shows when somebody looks for you, they're going to come find you.
Facts.
That has to happen. You see what I'm saying? And if not, I can't find that knowing you. Who the fuck are you? No one care. All right, whatever. Later for this nigga.
Right. And if I only know a few words of this song, like sometimes they don't say what artist this is every time a song plays.
It's a fact.
But if I hear it, like I should be type it in, bim, 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 come up. And so like just seeing that, seeing the presentation, hearing the music, it's up here. Like this, okay, all right, let's go. But the presentation is not where it should be for maximum appeal.
Yeah, and the visuals. People don't understand how important visuals are in this time. Everybody's going visual. That's what it's about. There's not an artist that exists right now that's not going up predicated upon a music video. There's not. You can't find me a nigga. It's the video is what everybody cares about more than anything. Maybe there may be a couple exceptions, granted, but for the most part, everybody is going off of what they're seeing. And I'm seeing the way that certain genres, like I'm seeing mariachi music, traditional ranchero, Mexican music, shooting trap videos. You know what I'm saying? They drinking out of Quick Trip cups and all type of, and it's like, wow. But you like, wait, what the hell is going? But this is the way it went. This is what you do now, right? Granted, some people want the traditional, they in the hats with the boots and the suits, but they're young, they know the young Latino, the young Mexican brothers is, this is where they're going. So now, okay, if we want them to still listen to us, we got to go this way too. That's how they're feeling. So, just the visualization is so important right now that to have that visual. I don't know if everybody understands that as much as they really should,
Right. And then even just like promotion, like, bro, you drop a project, we're all in the same group of people. I will hope to believe that y'all have seen ads of my videos on Facebook or Instagram, like because of just a certain interest.
That's
so
right.
when
Exactly.
you're scrolling, monologue,
followers like you and stuff like that. Yeah.
But it's like, bro, the old saying, it take money to make money.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? If you ain't gonna invest in yourself, how can you expect somebody else? And we ain't talking about no goddamn big bag. It's not. I know what it's like to put some bread behind stuff. But it's also like, bro, there's a little $100, bro, you can put behind this video
and it'll help that'll get it that boost. Yeah,
bro, $100, bro, over a 3-day period guarantees you like probably 10K viewers.
Yeah.
10K
people gonna see
people.
you. They gonna see you, especially on that short day. They ain't gonna be able to get away from you,
bro. Monday and Tuesday is the 2 highest internet usage days.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Friday, even though Friday has become the day to drop albums because most people get paid.
Yeah.
It used to be Tuesday,
bro. It was Tuesday for the longest.
But now people get paid. You know, this become the best day to put an album out. But I don't think it's the best day to drop a video.
Yeah, exactly.
Like people going out
Friday
night.
Yeah. You got
Saturday they going out.
Beginning of the week is better. Yeah.
Sunday they going to church. Like Monday is like a great day. Monday and Tuesday, it's the highest internet usage. But Friday has become the day. I want to say Migos changed that. I want to say Migos was the first people to drop an album on Friday, and since then
it's been the standard.
Friday. But so yeah, man. I just want to show our brothers, man. If nothing else, like I said, man, we put in a great brother Conowar, man. We put a great body of work together. We got videos coming out. Like you said, we did the Chosen Ones videos first. I think Chosen Ones, we chose that song because it was just like, I came from the Christian arena. I wanted to let folks know that my belief system has changed. No, I still believe in the scriptures, all of it.
That's right.
Now I believe it even more than
I did.
than you believe it. like I believe it more, and I'm following it. So we chose that song on purpose. Not saying it was the best song, but we chose this song on purpose because I wanted my message to be clear and concise. I'm not gonna lie, that second video, that's the one that went out of here.
Listen, man, that's why I kind of remember, as soon as you sent it to me, I remember I screen recorded. I said, listen, I remember put the caption on Instagram. This is a must-see. Y'all have to watch this.
Yeah.
And listen, it's not just the music that's dope, too. Brothers can act a little bit, too. I see Rakab climbing out the water. Goddamn.
Man, Rakab killed that video.
Yeah.
He killed it, bro. Rakab killed that video, man. And I mean, but that's just a preview of what we gonna be able to do now as a community, bro. Especially now getting equipment upgrade, and we ain't gonna have to worry about this person feeling uncomfortable or not. Why? Because
it's us.
We own it. We can do what we want, man. So yeah, I think that was because I'm not gonna say that it was all Israel that got it there, but even with the Christian folk, it was like a shocker to them. Like, oh shucks. I think if we can beat, you might not prove to our people who the devil is. You might not prove to them that we need to go keep these laws. You might not prove that stuff first.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe you prove to them how our people was wronged.
Mm-hmm.
And how we was wrong.
And maybe build on that. Yeah.
And they can get that part.
Mm-hmm.
They can get that part. I mean, I just recorded a song like a few days ago. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I think that one is gonna really, we do a visual for that, but it's called Just Hold On. But it's just like, it's really talking about like, bro, our enemy is the same folks our great grandparents know.
That same enemy.
Ain't shit changed,
no
bro.
new enemy, yeah.
Ain't changed. But when you start going into, hey, used our kids as alligator bait. They this and that. Hey, bro, they made shoes out of our skin. You start telling this story. George Washington, goddamn mouth got furnished about his slaves' teeth. Mm-hmm. Like when you start telling
let's just talk about that.
You start telling these stories first,
then it might make our people be like, God dang, bro, that's kind of jacked up.
Yeah, what are we gonna do about this? Something's got to get done.
And they start to search, like, okay, why did these things happen? Then we give them the answer that the Christian church couldn't give them.
Yeah, because there's never, it's funny because when I see when you pose it, now being in the truth, if you pose that question, the best answer they have simply is sin.
Mm-hmm. Sin.
And the cold thing is, okay, you're right, but you got to explain it. Sin how? Well, how did sin happen? Well, these people are just evil. So, no. Let's go back. If we didn't start sinning in the first place, these evil people wouldn't be able to prevail against us ever in the first place. So it do start with sin, but they don't understand even what sin is in the first place. And then when we start sinning, that led to this chain of events that got us in this position. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
cold turkey.
When you really look at it, oh boy, I'm waiting to do a great breakdown on this. But when you really look at it, and I think this is really going to jack up a lot of our brothers and sisters in the church. Like, honestly, okay, if all this is because of sin, well, then hold on. Let's look at so many stories in the Bible. The Egyptians, they been worshiping their own gods. God didn't come down.
And that wasn't the problem.
The Most High didn't come down here and F them up.
At all.
I think early in Exodus, he said, I've heard the cry of my people in Egypt. That's what I've seen the idolatry in Egypt.
No, bro. They been had their own gods. He only came and messed with them because what they did to his people. If we look at Jonah, these people who he got on the boat with, running from Nineveh, headed to Tarsus, he got on the boat with them. Guess what? They had been praying to their other gods. Mm-hmm. He got on the boat and he brought the storm on. They went and cried out to their gods. And then they wake this nigga up and like, hey, bro.
What's your God, bro?
Hey, bro, can you talk to your God, please?
Because I think he's the one doing all this.
And he was like, hey, bro, I'm the problem. Throw me overboard. They throw him overboard, and the storm ceases. But they still have other gods that they worship.
Like, what's the problem? How come they didn't get thrown overboard and them get eaten by it? You see what I'm saying? The problem?
Yeah. I've been thinking on this for like the past 4 days, and I'm like, bro.
No, that's a powerful
bro. I'm like, bro, I'm going to put this all together. Bro,
but this video ain't going to come out until later, so I'm going to teach on that class.
Hey, go!
He took a page out of Dickens' book, huh? So, right. Bro, I'm teaching on your topic before you get to it. Period.
Hey, that's all right.
God.
Hand off.
Hey, as long as it come out.
As long as it come out, bro. Hey, because the people who I'm out here reaching or trying to reach probably ain't even going to think about looking at it. For real. So please, bro, let's go. Let's do it together, man. But honestly, bro, like it's just, it just really make you think, bro. Like this junk just don't add up.
It just don't add up. It ain't. This ain't math class, but this ain't adding up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's cold, man. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I want to talk about that corners video, though. You know what I mean? Just a little bit more in depth, because that, I think the consensus, at least amongst us, is that is probably the highest quality, highest level, highest production value Hebrew Israelite video that anybody's ever seen, and if you haven't seen it, go see it. You know what I mean? Hurry up and see it. It's this brother's video. Officer Debak from SICARRI is featured on that. We got the brother T Hattie on there. Kills the hook, tremendous verse. I myself am featured along with the SICARRI. Sons of Thunder is featured in that video. It's just a beautiful, just a nice Hebrew Israelite, and not just any Hebrew Israelite. Hebrew Israelites that's really about this work. They're really doing this work. It's a real ode to us in a way that in the work that we are dedicated to do, the same work that Yahushua did, the same work that the apostles did. You know what I'm saying? Out there on the corners with the word. You know what I'm saying? So that's a heavy video. So just the concept of that video. What's your thought process going into that? Is that something that you kind of were bouncing ideas, or did you kind of conceptualize it all by yourself, or how did that work?
Oh man, I heard the beat, man, and I created the song,
I knew I needed some singing on that. We hit our brother T Hattie, man, for him to hook it up. But I would say the video concept, I would put more of that on Carnivore. You know, I came up with the song, we knocked it out, but he heard the song and he knew from the jump. He was like, this video right here, bro, Israel go crazy.
It got to be crazy,
right?
As big as a record as it is, it's got to have a nice visual to go with it.
And I honestly think, man, that so many of our brothers, man. This is why I appreciate even being here with y'all on today, man. I thank y'all for having me, man. But because I'm kind of new to this community, you know, folks might not know my music like talking about.
Come.
You know, and I think they should.
They know that.
I think they should, you know what I'm saying? Not on no self-glorification or nothing, but, you know, I think the Most High has gifted me, you know, with the ability to put some stuff together that our people would love.
Yeah, exactly.
And but that video, it's an ode to the people that's out here, like, it's out here getting in. Like, and honestly, even with our own, like, me and brother-in-law, like I said, we fellowship, you know, with you guys. We rock with y'all heavy.
That's right.
Hey, can't nobody say nothing bad about y'all without, they can't talk that to us. Because they're going to have a problem.
Yeah, it's a fact.
100. Like, but, like, coming out to camp, seeing it, asking questions, or even having comments, man, it's literally different than being out there, bro, and saying, hey, bro, we setting up and we gonna teach this. People are gonna hate us. They're gonna dog us out.
It's a fact.
They gonna wanna fight. They gonna, I mean, all of this stuff, bro. And honestly, we had my corners. I'm not sure, but I'm thinking we had already bought our equipment to be out here to stand on the corners.
Yeah.
We done we've been trying to build a little team, so we can service the West Side of Atlanta, man. But that was the actual first time that ourselves holding the mic on the corners as far as being an Israelite. We done did street teaching as Christians, but it was our first time being out there, and it was just like, hey, bro,
we doing it.
If you don't like it, you're going to, hey, it don't matter, whoop. But, man, I think, man, just watching the different camps coming together, brothers from different camps, I know brothers might have small differences. I want to say, you know, Sons of Thunders, they keep up Friday to Saturday Sabbath.
Come.
You know, y'all do the Sabbath based off the moon. Me and brother-in-law, we do it different. I follow, you know, the lunar Sabbath. He keeps the Friday to Saturday Sabbath. You know, but it's just like watching all those small, like, non-salvific
differences. Yeah, exactly.
But seeing it come to pass, and then seeing, like, just the excellence, bro. Our praises, being able to have the shirts and Woo Whoop and seeing brothers, you know, the camaraderie and Woo. I think every person that's out here teaching on the street, I don't know how it can't be like one of your favorite Get Dang songs or videos.
Yeah, no, for real.
I mean, it's because it's really a like, man, salute to you for doing the things that other people scared to do.
It's a Hebrew anthem for sure.
It's way easier, as you know, we do our teachings online. It's way easier to sit behind a computer
and do
this teaching than it is to go out here on the street corners and even what we did, it was like 2-3 weeks ago or whatever, man, we out Fulton Industrial and we pull up and we about to set up camp Fulton Industrial and we got the camera out there. Them dudes is like, for folks who ain't from Atlanta, Fulton Industrial is like, yeah, you out there, folks. This dude. We pull up and niggas is hopping out like, hey, bro, What y'all filming out here, bro? Nigga, we selling dope, bro. Like, y'all can't be out here with this camera, bro. We out here to teach the truth. And they be like, they see, oh, y'all them Hebrew Israelites, ain't it? Okay, y'all good. But like literally, like
Instant.
I mean, I keep the pistol on, but like when them certain areas, like man, I don't normally keep one in the head. You know
Exactly.
But I'm like,
Just in case.
I'm gonna cock this one. But this, bro, this a big difference. I don't got my pistol on me, man.
Gun.
Teaching on the internet.
Gun. Cause know exactly. You ain't gotta worry about the goddamn thing.
Oh, this person's gonna come in badly. Call me names. I can delete your comment.
Yeah, gone.
Delete your comment. But man, on these streets, it's like, bro, this a whole different beast, folks.
Gone. For real.
And man, I think yeah, man, this is an anthem for the folks who out here on the streets. And it's a salute to all you brothers, whether we have differences or not. I mean, if it's not salvific, now if you out here on the streets teaching we ain't got to keep the law, bro, you flawed, bro.
Yeah, period. Yeah, period.
When you ought to be teachers, it's need for you to be taught again.
That's right. That's right.
But outside of that, man, it's like, I think it's dope, man. I can't wait till we drop all the stuff that we got ready for Israel, man. It's about to be crazy. About your stuff, our stuff. I can't wait till we start doing these movies, bro. Short films.
All of it.
Oh, bro, this is about to go crazy, y'all.
We got so much for him, and it's just been so long. It's been so long overdue. You know what I'm saying, for Israel. You know what I'm saying. So it's good that we powered in these last times. The Most High has enabled us to be able to produce this type of stuff for them. Even doing this, I've been wanting to do this for a long time, but all the pieces wasn't. You see what I'm saying?
You wanted to do it right.
Yeah, I wanted to do it right. I ain't. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to just the same way you go watch somebody go watch Drink Champs or any of them other parts. You know what I mean? You need to be able to sit at that same level. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I felt. And then the Most High, he just lined it up. It's cold because I was the teacher. We went out on Friday as well to Peachtree Center, and we was teaching a brother, and I said, look, because he was talking about, I just want to put God first, and I just felt like, I wasn't doing it. How do I do it? So I was, kind of breaking it down. I said, look, which one of my favorite scriptures I had to side pull, Proverbs 16:3, dedicate your works to the Lord and he would establish our thoughts. I said, bro, when I was a little kid, I wanted to have a clothing line. I wanted to be a rapper. I want to do all this stuff. And then look, I just said, damn all that. I'm going to give my life to the Most. And then all of a sudden,
I got all
it just happened.
Seek the first the kingdom and everything is added.
Everything that's like, oh, wait, I wasn't even looking to have none of this no more. I wasn't tripping off none of that no more. And he said, oh, yeah, put your album out. You know what I'm saying? Album out, clothing line. You know what I'm saying?
And I think this is kind of like the same thing that's been going on with me. Like, all this time, because hip-hop, like, I was seeking the fame and the glory and the awards. Like, if I could say this candidly, like, not on some selfishness, like I want to be glorified, but it was like, bro, I'm trying to make Jesus cool.
Yeah,
like, Christianity cool.
Yeah, exactly.
But, oh, shoot, they talk about dope, and they winning album of the year. We talking about God. We supposed to win album of the year.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? On some thinking like that.
Exactly.
But once I was like even right now, even with the music, like, kind of want to tell you, I'm like, oh, how we gotta do the music, or what's the splits, or what's this and that. Man, I'm just like, bro, I'm just trying to put this stuff out, bro. Like I don't care if if I don't sell nothing. I'm pouring more money into it.
Then we probably gonna get about it.
At least right now, that I'm gonna see from it. But it's just like, bro, I just want to tell the people about the truth.
Yeah, it's a ministry. You know.
But then once your mind gets like that, that's seek ye first.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And that's when the Most High come around and blow your goddamn mind. Like, and I ain't saying he gonna do that, but this is with that mindset. Now he can come in and say, "Bam, this is my album album number 10 on the charts.
God.
Like, how did that happen?
God, yeah.
Because it's not about me no more.
God.
It's about telling his people so we can wake up. I think the awakening is happening, and the great falling away is happening at the same
No, at the same time, because you got boom, and then it's like, you know, a couple of weeks ago we went into the epistle of Jude, and just going through it, and that's what he's dealing with. He's like, you know, it's fake ass niggas that's gonna be there. They're gonna fall off. But the Most High, he's got a whole crop. Like Elijah said, like, remember when Elijah felt acting like he's alone. And the Most High looked like,
man, I got,
you know,
man, I got many brothers ain't about the bill.
You know what I mean? Exactly. Like, it's like, so, you know, you trust me. I got niggas, it's people out there. You know what I mean? Whether you see it or not. And that was the cold thing. Like, even, because when I came in was one of the wave periods. You know what I'm saying? In 2008, that was a wave period. But it was just, at that point, it was really still centered in New York exclusively. You see what I'm saying? So they not realizing that they was reaching niggas all over the earth through the Most High having and creating the advent of YouTube. People don't understand how instrumental the Most High was in the creation of YouTube, and I've been telling everybody Janet Jackson titty inspired YouTube. So all of this awakening come from Janet's titty. That's how cold the Most High is. That's how cold the Most High is, man. To where, because it was, what is it, like an Asian dude and an East Indian dude, that moment happened, and they're like, there needs to be someplace online when shit like this happens, people can go and watch it that missed it, or they can relive it.
Fact.
And that is the idea that sparked YouTube.
Dang, that's what made YouTube.
That's what made YouTube. And then of course Google buys YouTube, and now it is what it is. But those guys, the developers, these heathens, that black woman's breast inspired this whole thing. That's how crazy the Most High is.
And to whom shall he teach knowledge?
Because that is weed from that breast.
Weed from the breast.
So it all really goes back to the breast. The breasts. You see what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? So just that happening, and it's like, so I come in at a wave period, but at that time, literally, they just thinking they not realizing what they was doing out of New York and how much impact it had and how crazy it was to us, because I had never seen no shit like this before. But when I seen it, I'm like, yeah, this is like it. But like, damn, I never seen no niggas do nothing like this ever. Okay. So when that happens, it's cold. And then when we was doing camp on Counter Road, an elder from One West came, Kazak, which is one of the top dudes, and Hassan grabbed me, goes, yeah, someone want to meet you. So I meet him aside purposely, don't tell me who it is. So I meet him, so he was like, yeah, I'll go back to One West. He starts naming names. Okay, I'm like, okay. So he's like, yeah, y'all out here? Okay, boom. And then he leaves, and Hassan goes, that was Kazak. I said, oh my God, nigga, I just met Kazak. But I'm glad he didn't do it, because if I would have known it was Kazak, I would have been probably starstruck. You see what I'm saying? Because I know who that is. Even though, you know, X, Y, and Z occur, and, you know, there's negative things that said, but I just know the level of work that was put in by him in order for it to happen. But I just go, you know, and he kind of disappeared off the scene for a long time, and now he's like trying to come back around, talk to certain elders that were his students, that was under him, that's now top guys in this thing. And I said to Asad, I said, it's crazy because whenever he stepped back, and he didn't realize that all that work he did, it was eventually gonna grow. All them seeds you planted, they grew. Look at us. Look at us. You know, ain't none of us from New York. You see what I'm saying? But here we are, on the east side of Atlanta, pushing this word. You see what I'm saying? And we got camps all over the place. School in Mexico, we going to Puerto Rico this week, going to Puerto Rico in a couple days to really open that, bust that gate open in the spirit of the Most High. So, but if he don't do what he does, then there's not. So they didn't understand, and of course, sometimes you may not get what you're doing, how much it's really reaching. Through the advent of YouTube, you get a little bit more of a concept, because I remember when I used to go and look at the analytics on our channel and go, wait, we had how many watch minutes in goddamn Cambodia? Wait a minute. So not even just Canada, Mexico, the island. Nigga, somebody in Cambodia watched us for 4,000 minutes this month. What in the hell who the fuck is in Cambodia watching this? But that's when you start to understand that, like, damn, this really is going
everywhere.
Everywhere,
corners.
To the four corners of the earth. Even to go boom. Now I got the music out, so now I'm looking at the analytics on the music, seeing where people listen to this shit. Wow. Okay, I got X amount of streams already. Damn, that's kind of like, okay, that's that's maybe a little bit more than I maybe expected to have right now. You know what I'm saying? But it's really going everywhere. This thing is just exploding in the spirit of the Most High.
And that's how you know where to go and get them visit. You go.
No, exactly. Okay, we getting
tour.
So now here we gotta go here. They got an interest.
Like real talk. Like we really just been online. We about to start hitting next week. We about to start hitting up abortion clinics and going out there bang on them.
Yep.
And it's crazy. Like we had like a good amount of brothers, like a good 5 brothers we've been talking to. It's like, ooh, shoot, well, we got a little squad. But then you just get there and keep going through it, and it's like, it's 3 of us.
No. Hey, look. That's how it be.
But then we have some brothers like in the Midwest. I can't remember what state they in. They tune into every freaking live we do, and no lie, they was brothers that was getting together. It's 3 of them live separately. Every Shabbat they getting together and they Bible study together. They feast together with the whoop. But they didn't have no camp. They didn't have nobody to learn from with the whoop. And they start using our teachings online as their classes that they do for every week. And they're on our live every week. And it's kind of like, dang, bro. Me and brother are talking like, bro, we got to go visit them brothers. Like, we got to go pull up on them. And it's like, we ain't even got our stuff here in Atlanta, like, solidified. We already got a group of niggas in a different state that's like, bro, we're using y'all teachings for our studies. And it's just like, I mean, the Most High is amazing, man.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That's for sure. That is for sure. Nothing short of amazing, man. All praises. You got anything you want to say, Clark, aside? You got any final questions for the brother?
Oh, no, man. I want to get Kendall in here, too. And then
we're going to get him in here.
Bro. Y'all going to have a ball, bro.
We're going to get him in here.
He'll be our Ray J.
Oh, man.
Ray J to the Black Breakfast Club. Ray J made Breakfast Club blow up out of here. He's that guy. But yeah, man. Man, if I can throw a couple plugs out there, man. Y'all make sure y'all go and follow, man. Monolog. You know what I'm saying? On Facebook, Instagram. YouTube, we Monolog Official. We already done dropped like 3 videos for Israel, man. Dope videos, bro. Stuff that I think all of Israel, all of Yasharala can be proud of, man. And trust me, we just getting started. We got more videos coming. We got an album coming soon. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, I might get Chief and, you know what I'm saying, but Deacon on the track.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, we got an album coming soon, man, but we just wanted to drop some singles for now to, let everybody know what we're talking about. I know people can be skeptical, especially when you kind of new to them, like, man, we don't know this dude, man. What are you talking about? What are you on?
Yeah, good.
Nah, bro, we on, hey, man, I'm on with your favorite Israelite on.
That's right.
SICARRI. I'm on with my brothers on, man.
That's right.
Man, we about keeping these laws, bro, keeping the faith in Hamashiach, bro.
That's right.
And we just gonna keep growing this. But y'all make sure y'all check us out. Monolog Official. Man, we got one of the best producers, man, in the game, Kanawar, bro.
That's right.
Israelite brother, man, is dropping the heat.
That's right.
And I'm coming in there with the bars. So we going in, man. So I just ask everybody, man, let's get this going, because I do still have a following. Man, we must realize that we're all tools in the tool bag. And sometimes the tools can be different tools.
That's right.
I might not come like our chief come. I mean, there's times for that. But I might not come our chief come. Like our brothers on the street, we all gonna be on the streets. But you know, there's certain people who need that hammer. They not gonna receive it no other way.
No way than that.
They ain't gonna receive it no other way. Like you gotta bust them up beside the head. We just did a video shoot this weekend, and one of the brothers, he was out there. He was like, "Bro, man, they up in the what you call it, van?
Sprinter.
They in the Sprinter van, bro.
We about to take the shot.
20 felonies up in there, bro. Bro, like all kind of dope, all kind of money, all kind of drugs, all kind of guns. Whoop, whoop, whoop. They all up in there balling it out. One dude, he looked at me, a Conowar. We filming. We there filming. He looked at us. We both fringed up, of course. Yeah. He looked at us and he said, Shabbat Shalom.
That was nowhere. We looked up like, what?
Out of nowhere. I'm telling you, he's in the Sprinter van, probably, I don't know, handful of drugs and money. Or what. He looked at us, he's like, Shabbat Shalom. But then afterwards, like, we go and film a little more, and then afterwards he comes and he's talking to us. Head on straight, bro. Like, none of that. And he's just straight up telling us, like, bro, I've been introduced to this truth. I know this the truth.
I need a fellowship. I need to camp.
Where y'all do camping on Saturdays? Bro, I need to come. Like, I need to be at camp. Basically, he was like, I know this is the truth. And nigga, I've been out here wilding.
Yeah.
I've been out here wilding.
I just need
bro.
somebody to get around me and give some good influence up around me. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, and please, if you haven't, make sure you hit up the so you can get his number.
I talked to him today.
Okay, all praises, man. But like, I mean, you don't realize how even like business stuff becomes outreach.
Everything.
This brother just seeing us, and he's like, just because we friends up, we didn't go out there and tell the folks, you know what I'm saying? Bro, no, we went out there to do a job. But we keeping the commandments.
Yeah. Yeah, and that right there, that's showing even you know, us keeping these commandments, it sets us apart, you know, so that they can see that, okay, there's something different about them. You know what I'm saying? And even something as simple as having your fringes or your zeets is an explanation, because nobody else is doing that. So when they see it, they're like, what is that about? If they don't know, and if they know, they're like, oh, Shabbat Shalom. You see what I'm saying? It's cool. And it's crazy. I just had put the picture on my story. Palm Angels got a $700 jacket with fringes on it.
Remember the Dior I posted last week?
See, now they're trying to water us down.
French Montana with a Dior jacket with the fringes on it. Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh my goodness.
It was $1,500.
Yeah.
But you see it straight up.
743, right?
Yeah, 743. They're not playing literally fringes. You know what I mean? Not like how like the GRLA print when they had it on a sleeve. You know what I'm saying?
Specifically, we rock.
The same thing on the border, just minus blue. You know, minus the blue border. But as we can see, this is what they doing now. So that shows. It was crazy. We was exactly. We was doing what was it, man? I think it was Christmas time. I think it was me. No, it was like Black Friday in Dallas when I lived in Dallas. Me and Tasha Doc, we in the mall. And
Yeah, I remember.
You was there.
Yeah, it was
okay.
Town,
and he was like, dude walk up, and I think dude might have even possibly been a sodomite or something. You know what I'm saying? Because he seemed hella effeminate, but you know he was with this girl, and you know he seemed like he was just into fashion. So he's like, well, like what's that? Like, you know what I'm saying? What's on your shirt? You know what I'm saying? Like. He was hella stuck, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, and the crazy thing is, them is the type of dudes that's controlling the fashion now.
Exactly.
Anyway, so if they liked it, but it's like, damn, do you know what this is about, though? You know what I'm saying? This is about something, you know what I'm saying? But it's crazy, you know, but this is just showing we coming to the end of this thing, man.
Bro. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's wrapping up swiftly, man. And so, man,
we just got to push everything out. What we doing, you know, is what we supposed to be doing. We supposed to inspire others to do the same thing. Because just flooding this and doing this on the level we doing it, they're not gonna be able to ignore it. You see what I'm saying? And
this is why it's a big blessing, like coming up here today. Because if we all work together, because hey, somebody can be, bro. Right now, y'all big with these videos, just the teachings online. Hey, bro, if you could use that, be like, all right. Some folks ain't gonna get these teachings. They might tune in, but they might receive it more in a song.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So then y'all could introduce me and whoop, and so then, but I might be doing the music, but I'm saying, or even if the Most High allows me to blow in the music, okay, well, I can point y'all to. Yeah, let me point you to SICARRI, the teachers. Man, we all work together, whether it's acting. Man, if we all work together and not be in competition, bro, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, bro. Our people are waking up daily. I'm watching from a person who's been in the Christian church for years, bro, like 30 of them. Bro, they are.
You seen people jumping ship on a daily basis,
bro. They are coming, bro. Especially right now with the churches closed, they're looking like.
Yeah, and I remember when it first hit, and we was in New York when they first had shut everything down in New York, and we had camp right in front of a church, and everybody walked by and said, "You see the church is closed? Your church is closed. Where you gonna get fed at?" Oh, we outside of the church. We are right out front where your church is closed, while your pastor's somewhere. You see what I'm saying? We actually seen, here's a cold part, because we in Flatbush, so, Flatbush is like prevalently, Caribbean, Benjamin, and Levi, in Flatbush. We in Flatbush, bro, and we go by the Haitian church, and they sneaking people up in there. Like, they like, nah, well, I don't care if they say closed. We still gonna have a service in this mug on a Sunday, you know what I'm saying? Yes. But we, most of the churches was still closed. So we really was able, just if I'm walking by and I don't know nothing about this Hebrew Israelite stuff, and I'm in the church and I go, if I see niggas out there talking about, see, look, your church is closed, there's some BS. I'll go, you probably right, because why they scared? I thought the Lord was with us. Why are we scared of the Rona now? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of cold, you know what I'm saying, when you think about it. But that the Most High is really setting all the tables to make sure that to make our job that much easier, as to for us to be able to go, look, see this? Look what they did here. Look at this. It's in your face every day what we talking about. You know what I'm saying? So how the hell can you even deny it anymore?
Yeah, we supposed to be laying hands.
I thought y'all supposed to be, all the old folks that supposed to be dying from this stuff. Why ain't you going? Y'all ain't go pray for them, visit them, lay the hands on them. They supposed to be good, right? And faith, well, you can do all things through Christ, can't you? The whole wool has been pulled off of that.
All that goes out the window.
They gonna be in the church giving they got a vaccine at the church. We got the shot at the church. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, man. It's crazy when you think about it, But yeah, man, all praise. It's been powerful, man. Make sure y'all check out, this brother music, man, especially this Corners video, man. I'm telling y'all, this is gonna be the, out of all the Israelite videos you've been and seen, man, it's nothing quite like this Corners video. We're shooting it at the what them tunnels called?
The Krog Street tunnels.
The Krog Street tunnels. They shot. Which Batman they shoot over there? One of them ones in the 90s.
It was for Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin. That was for the George Clooney.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah, okay, for that Batman. Which one of my favorite ones when I was young, till like The Dark Knight and all that came out. Then that was like the one. You know what I'm saying? You can't really mess with that. But just amazing. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, I'm up in the video. You know what I mean? I'm in the cam. I ain't rapping on. I got the cameo though. You know what I mean? Aside the cam, just a beautiful, just powerful anthem. And we lit. I'm telling you, that's the video. Like, you know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all check that out, man. Tap in with the brother on the social media. Also him and his brother-in-law who he's referencing. They got Spirit-Filled Israel Fellowship. You know what I mean? They teaching. You know what I'm saying? Doing what they supposed to be doing in the spirit of the Most High. So, make sure to check these brothers out. Tap in with them, man. With that, all praise to the Most High. Shalom.
Shalom.